Hello and welcome to another episode of Commander Fodder. So we're on the Saviours of Kamigawa episode, and there are 4 theme decks as usual from the set. So we've got a Critical Mass, the Critical Mass deck, which is a black-red theme deck. It has Akuta, Born of Ash and Reigns of Ruin as the 2 rares. Having more cards in hand than your opponent is more important than ever. And just smash your opponent's hand to pieces. So we've got discard and sweep on your part to make sure you've got as many cards as you want. So full hand for you, empty hand for your opponent, with small aggressive creatures. Soratami's Wisdom is a white-blue theme deck, and that focuses on that wisdom mechanic, where creatures and spells get better the more cards you have in hand, and spells and abilities fill your hand with cards. So not dissimilar to the previous deck, it's just the focus is slightly different. Flyers and combat tricks. And the 2 rares are Kami of the Crescent Moon and Soramaro, First to Dream. Spirit Flames is red-green. So it looks like it's a straight, straight to the face combat with spirits. Red-green with Arashi, the Sky Asunder, and Jiwara, the Earth Flame. And then the 4th deck is a white-green theme deck. Some life gain. And that has Bounteous Kirkin and Runetail Kitsune Ascendant, which cares about life. So the idea is obviously to get this to trigger, and I imagine there are other cards in here which help you gain life. Looks like I've got a bit of a counter and token thing going on. I suppose seeing as we're playing green-white, that wouldn't be surprising. I'm just looking to see how much of the deck supports life. Okay. It looks like it's doable. And there's Spiritcraft in there as well, so you get benefits whenever you play Spirit or Arcane spell. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to build a Soratami's Wisdom deck. Now, interestingly enough, I wonder if I'm trying to decide. I was going to build a Kami. That was the idea. Soramaro. Power and toughness are each equal to the number of cards in your hand. Okay, I'm going to do something different here. Let's make a duplicate of this deck. I've got an idea at the last minute. I'm going to build 2 decks. I don't do this. I don't think I've ever done this. So we'll see which way. It's interesting to see which way it goes. So we're going to be ultimately using the same pool. We're just going to swap out the commander. and just see how much, if at all, that affects the algorithm. So I need to, let's copy this deck, put in my commander fodder thing. There we go. And then I just need to pull that out. Oops. What is going on? Okay, well that didn't quite go according to plan. Okay. Now, I also mentioned, I think in a previous episode, I put this in the sideboard just to remind me to include it in the deck. And I do want to pop this into the deck. So let's do that now. Let's drag that in as my 34th land. Okay. So let's do this then and see what rabbit hole we've done. So what we've got is, just so you can see the course here, as I changed tack at the last minute. So this is the actual original deck. See, it's blue-white, and obviously there's two, I think there's just two legendaries in here. Yep, two legendaries. So originally I was going to do Kami deck, but I decided to do both that and the Soramaro and see what happens. So in order to just get that into a point where I can do something with it, I gutted out all the white cards and turned down everything, so it had anything in blue that has one-ofs. The other thing I could have done, I didn't bother looking, is to see if there was a blue-white commander that cared about having a full hand. So that will be another avenue to go down. I won't be doing that. I'm not going to build a third deck. Okay, let's see. So we'll start off with the one originally I was going to do, and we'll go into recommendations. Oh, surprise, surprise. So, Howling Mine. Okay. I expected that I would see that. So, let's get some artifacts in here. So, yes, please. Yeah. So, of course, also we want cards that power and toughness equal to the number of cards in hand. We need Thought Vessel in here so we don't exceed our... So, of course, we're going to need all these. We really want to make sure we've got cards played out that allow us to have ridiculous amounts of cards in our hand. So, it's party time for everybody. Everybody's got massive amounts of cards in their hand, depending on what they're playing. Of course, they'll also be discarding stuff. This is the number of cards in his or her. Yep, so we should also punish them. Do I want elixir or modality? See, I'm playing mono blue, so yeah, let's just go crazy on the card draw. Yeah, that's from the set as well, so that's cool. Player plays a land, that player draws a card. Okay. During each event, so player for each card more than 4 in their hand. Play mono blue. I think that's fine. What do we got? 16. Yeah. Okay. It's blue artifacts with a bit of creature. Okay. Let's see what we've got. See what it suggests. Okay, if you draw a card while your library has no cards in it, you win the game instead. Well, that's fine. Seeing as we're drawing so much. Each player draws his or her hand and draws. For each opponent's upkeep, Vicing deals X damage. +1/+1. Yeah, let's just go all in with the card draw. Yeah, that belongs in here. If I got instants and sorceries that I probably want to get back. I suppose with so many artifacts, that's good. Seeing as we're saying playing blue. Big blue stuff seems to be. Yeah, go crazy. So we're basically pinching other people's stuff. I suppose I do want to be tutoring for some of my artifacts. 29 creatures. Oh, did I want that many? What is my win condition? Okay. This is just a crazy deck. Cyclonic Rift, yeah. Good old rewind. Let's get some sorceries in here, see what we've got. Actually, I should look at some planeswalkers because I think I know what it's going to suggest. Yeah. That and that. Okay. Each opponent can't draw more than one card. Okay. Seems fair. Just making a bit more room here. Right. So I'll look on the sorceries front. Right, it's got hand. No. It's just more card draw. So it doesn't. It's that alternate win condition. Stuff. Nick more stuff. For X card effects is 10 or more instead. Okay. How's that? What we got? Let's look at some enchantments. Surprise, surprise. Oh dear. Let's do some stuff that punishes my opponents. It's a weird deck. So that's that one. So let's see, shift the others. I'm going to save that, export it, and then we'll look and see what happens. If it becomes apparent it's just the same old cards, I will stop doing this, but I'm just curious. So if I do Rex, interesting. So slightly different choices. Is that the same with EDH Rec? Okay. Let's just see. Well, let's see where the... So I'm using the architect algorithm here. Let's see where this takes us. Obviously what it wants to do is go Voltron. But it's focusing on the equipment side at this point. So it's going to be interesting to see what cards it's going to suggest which help with the card draw. So it's just, I don't know why it's suggesting Seat of the Synod particularly. Let's have it. Dark Steel Plate. So we got mana and equipment. It's nasty. Just Flail. Where am I? I don't want to quite have probably so many artifacts. Maybe, I don't know. So I'm just going through and checking to see where my usual okay, I'll do that. So yeah, quite different set of recommendations. Okay, Graceful Adept is already in there, which is good. So it looks like we've got a lot of we've got several cards here where we're getting card draw on the... Okay, so this is interesting. So wizards... Okay, I like this. Yeah. So it's going with wizards that facilitate card draw. Interesting. Okay, I'm glad I did this. The player chooses a draw step. Can't we? We've already got in there. If you would draw a card while you win the game, fair enough. Power and toughness equal to the number of wizards. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Archivist, yep. Clone is nice. Again, I've gone a bit overboard on the creatures probably. So I'm just cleaning up here a little bit. Okay, let's see what we get as recommendations for one thing I should also do, because I forgot to do it with the other deck. We'll have a look at some land. Like that. Interesting cards coming up here. Tap all creatures target player controls. More. I didn't look at any enchantments. That's why. Okay, so that's the other deck. So, I'm going to go back now because I just realised I forgot to do something in this deck, which is to... look for some islands. Sorry, alternatives to islands. Yep, that's already in there. Okay, so let me just export this one so I don't forget. Right, time to... do I want to have a look at the stats? Probably not. Okay, well, okay. I've seen worse. Right, here we go. No, that's no good. Okay, there we go. Pretend that first one didn't happen. Well, that's good. So we got a spell book. Turn 0. We have no maximum hand size, which is what we want to see. Got our blue out. Can't play anything yet. Next turn. Oh look, a Howling Mine. How convenient. So now things are just going to get at the beginning of each postal step. Okay. We should have probably had a way to turn this off actually. If we wanted to, whenever you do. There's that as well. Right, so now with that in play, we do our card draw. 1, 2, play an island. So this is a good combination. Whenever you draw a card, each opponent puts the top 2 cards of to their graveyard. Okay, although of course there might be opponents that want it in their graveyard. So what do we got? I could draw 2 cards here. I could... oh yeah, this is good. So play out that. Oh, I could, yeah, of course I could play Kami as well. Okay, let's just do that. So I would have tapped these 2. There's nothing else I want to play here. Untap. So now we get to draw 3. 1, 2, 3. Get that out. Each player draws a card. Oh, funny. 7 more cards. Again, we, if we were playing against a real opponent, then we'd want this out. I'm just seeing now. So, yeah, so that out. Let's just tap down all of this. Tap, tap. I'm only going to go so far with this because you can see this is just going to get out of hand. So what else was I going to put out in addition to that? I've lost where I was actually, unfortunately. I know I was going to play that out. And did I already... yeah, I've lost myself now. Anyway, so whatever. So now, okay, so at the moment we're just drawing 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. But then of course this triggers, so whenever you draw a card, each opponent puts the top 2 cards, they're milling. And then this thing, whenever you draw a card, put a +1/+1. So I've drawn 3 cards, so we would add 3 counters to that, and that would make that a 4/4. Also with this, whenever you draw a card, so that means they've milled 6 cards, already. Okay. Yeah, so we want this out. I don't know whether this and this in play really... Oh no, that's okay, because that's pulling it from their hand. Okay, so really it's just a question of... I don't really want that at this point. Scourge at fleet. Return each creature your opponent's control with toughness X or less. Okay, can't play that yet. Whenever you draw a card, target opponent puts it... Okay. Yeah, so now, so I could, what's that, 3 mana? Yeah, so I could put, so if I tap out, I like this deck. It's not much fun for the opponent. So now, I won't increase the amount of card draw yet. So I'm still just drawing 3. 1, 2, just 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, that's actually surplus to requirements because I already have no maximum hand size. But it doesn't really matter. Play out an island. And... Oh, do I want to have even more card draw? Probably. So that 1, 3. 3 mana to cast that. 4 mana for that. Let's just get some stuff going in here. So just pretend I've tapped all of those down. So that's all out. Yeah, things are getting... So I've played that. I've drawn 2 extra cards. And then start the turn. 1, 2, 3. 3 cards because of the other stuff in play. Is there anything else that has now... If you drew 2 or more cards, you may put a quest counter. Okay, so we'd be putting a counter on that. Yeah, getting really loaded up here. So you get the gist here. So if I play out that island, so I can now get out a Scourge of the Fleet if I want. I've got loads of choices here. I can just make people draw even more, and of course these are punishing the draws on my opponents. I can create tokens of stuff, I can counter stuff. I could put Stormcast into play with everything I've got here. Things can get seriously out of control. I think I'll stop here, but you can sort of see the gist of this deck, so that's good. So that's the one with Kami of the Crescent Moon. Let's have a look at the other build using Soramaro. Quick look at the stats. Pretty low curve on that one. So going to playtest mode. This will be completely different. So yep, we got some islands here. So I imagine this one will be a little bit more slower. Play that out. Draw. Play an island. Nothing yet. I should have played out that Nixos really. Never mind. Okay. Can't do anything yet. Oh, play an island, I suppose. Draw. Greenstone Hedron. That goes out. What's this? Can't play that out till turn 6. Okay. Untap. Draw a card. Play out that. Basically gets, obviously, the more blue out, more devotion to blue I've got, then number of mana symbols in the colour in the mana opponents you control. So not really much going on at the moment. That's more a bit later things get exciting. Counter target spell. See nothing. Yeah, this isn't as much fun, this deck. Could just put a name counter on. Yeah. Number of cards in your hand. Yeah, nah, this didn't really work out, I think. I'm just looking at the draws now, really. I think the other one was just too much fun. That's the trouble. Yeah, I was spoilt by the other deck. I'm just looking now to see what the draws look like rather than goldfish it. I forgot you can't get this out till turn 6, so yeah. Okay, so yeah, definitely. In fact, what I'll do, I won't even bother posting this one on the description. I'll post the build for this. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Okay, so there we go. That was the Cameo of the Crescent Moon deck. I did, like I say, do another one based on Soramaro, but didn't. Yeah, chose different things, which is cool, but didn't really go anywhere. But this one definitely came up with some cool choices, and yeah, fun to play. Interesting curve. I mean, it's not. I mean, you do tend to find a lot of there's a lot of really good 3-drops in Magic, so, but not a lot of high-end creatures in there actually. And it'd be interesting to get those alternate win conditions out. So it looks like this particular deck's always doing something. It's just a question of then killing your opponent. Okay, so there we have it. That's the Cameo of the Crescent Moon deck for this episode of Commander Fodder. It was built off of the Soratami's Wisdom theme deck, using the blue cards only from there. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.